SK sent me a message. She said, I have no idea where to find stuff to lab on Jinx Ari team, other than just trying to invent myself. It's so hard to find good guides and tech without digging deep on Twitter or studying VODs, and I don't know what's good because I'm not good enough. Jinx, for example, I look up the guides and the only ones just tell me what her button do, but there's nothing really that tells me how to set up rockets in neutral or what kind of Oki or whatever I want to do. How do I learn a team? What do you do when you're trying to find synergy? I can give you guys some examples. When I want to learn a new team, there are things that I have knowledge of that helps inform the kinds of things that I want to learn. And then there's things that I just like test as I go. The way most characters start combos, this is like just a universal thing. They run up and they do medium and heavy. And for most of them, at max range of medium and heavy, their launcher whiffs. So they can't do down heavy. Because if you're closer, you could do this and do an air combo. And most characters are like this, right? Like Ahri is like this too, where when she hits her max range, medium and heavy, she can't launch her. And at this range, this whiffs. If I'm at max range of my medium heavy and it doesn't work, one thing I know about Echo is that I can just use meter and extend like this, right? But let's say I'm learning a new team. One of the first things I test when I hit max range medium heavy with Echo, how do I combo with my assist? Sometimes I don't have meter or I don't want to spend meter, right? So I like look like, okay, can I like extend with something like this? And like if I do, like, you know, what kind of combos can I get off of it? And like this kind of stuff, right? I would be like, okay, how do I combo off my assist? This Ahri assist is so fast, actually, that I have to call it like later than I would some of the other assists that I've used to combo with Echo before. Other things that I would want to know is if my opponent's blocking, how do I extend my block pressure with their assist? So this is one of the first things I would test, is like calling assist, going overhead, and then comboing off of it, right? What does this team do on block to like engage with something? Like how do I, you know, get pressure off like a sequence like this, right? I would try probably both their assists, like see what this experience is like, and then, you know, I can go overhead off this and then start to mix them up and stuff. The other thing that you should know is that every character in the game will do tag launcher. And when you do tag launcher, every character can like do something at the end of it, no matter how scaled the combo is. Knowing what I can or can't do at the end of this is like pretty important, because like, you know, I'm doing all this and then at the end I want to tag into Ahri. So knowing what to do at the end so that I can do something like this and like cash out on my damage is pretty important, because every character is always going to do tag launcher. And usually it's a heavy button into a special. So Yasuo's, for example, is very simple. You just do down heavy, boom, boom, boom. Yeah, you can tag launcher if your assist's on cooldown. That's why tag launchers are so good, because they let you do a really long combo that's like super scaled and then tag into the other character and then spend their meter and their resources and stuff. Particularly with double down, I can do this into a level 1 super, and then tag launcher, and then go into Ahri, and then spend her level 1, and then spend another level 1 with Echo. So I spent 3 bars of meter really efficiently there. That's all stuff that I would look for when I'm learning a new team. So let's talk about in particular, if I was gonna lab this team, right? So she says she plays Jinx Ahri. For starters, the thing that I mentioned before, where like at max range this can whiff, I would look into a combo off of this, which is pretty important, because using your assists to extend is like a really common idea off of combos like this. Another thing is you could also always just do things like this and then tag into the other character and then combo off of it like that. And that's like one of the first things that I would lab. And same thing with like if I hit like running minigun or something with Jinx, knowing how to like combo off this, where she like does a starter and then I can like combo with my other character. This is pretty important as well, because this is a really common thing you're gonna do. If you're playing the character, you're gonna do like a hit like this, and then knowing how to combo off this is really gonna help you. Other things, let's say I make someone block in the corner, so I do something like this, right? Just shoot the rocket and then like go in for offense after, even things like this. Having an idea of like, I want to do this with my main character, and when I do that, like I'm gonna call an assist, and that assist is I'm gonna go for some kind of offense with them. Understanding this idea is pretty important for the game. The other thing is how your fuse is a pretty big deal. So this is double down. Using double down with this team would be pretty important as well. Like knowing like when I hit people with this team and like I'm doing things like this, which of their supers work together well. So can I like shoot the beam, and then afterwards, does this super work? Does the other super work? Like trying that at the end of your combos is like probably pretty important to try as well. At the end of a lot of her combos, Jinx does fireworks, So like knowing like can Ari do anything with the fireworks here? Like does she get anything off of this? And like now I know. If you're playing 2x assists as an example, like what do you gain from having 2x assists to this team? Being able to shoot missiles like with Jinx twice is usually pretty good, you know, because you could shoot another missile and then run in and go for pressure after or something if he's blocking. If I'm playing Jinx here, you know, I'm minigunning and then afterwards having her rush in and then I can get more and then I can go and combo after. Just using your assist twice and like seeing how that feels is like a pretty good start. If you have Jinx on point, doing this and then having her do it again and then being able to just brrr, and you just like shoot them to death, right? Any situation where the character may struggle to combo by themselves, like this is all Jinx gets mid-screen. Learning how to do something like this is a pretty big deal. So like testing things like this is like, you know, this will help you extend and get more damage off basically everything you do, because now you went from like not being able to do a combo there to being able to like extend and like use supers with both your characters and get a bunch of other stuff. Okay, we'll do Braum and one random select. We'll do Braum and one random select. We'll do Braum and one random select. Okay, there we go. What would I play with this team? I'd probably play 2x assists. I've never played this team. One thing about Braum is that there are some combos that he struggles to like pick up from, kind of, right? So if he gets the sweep, then, you know, he can do things like this. He like gets combos, right? But like, you know, mid-screen, he kind of struggles to combo off things like this. So one thing I always check with Braum is if his assist allows him to combo off this. So can he use his assist to combo off 6H, 6H? It looks like hook will work, actually. Okay, so that's pretty big. So I can do 6H, 6H, hook them in, boom. And now I have a nice extension, and then I put their asses in the corner. And I run in. Another nice thing to know is like what happens when someone blocks this, right? Because a really common thing that Braum has is you block this. So using this to extend, ooh, that puts them in the air. Okay, that's really good. He does this a lot. So being able to extend off this and then use double assist to get stuff like that is pretty important to know, because the sweep, people try to retreating guard and this punishes retreating guard. The other nice thing about Darius hook is it removes their defensive mechanics, right? So I could like hook them in like this and then they can't, what's it called? Retreating guard after they block the hook, so command grab is scarier. So this is something I would try with this team as well. That's one of my first thoughts, is like the hook removes retreating guard, so that would make that pretty good. Let's look at this scenario. One thing I think would be very good with this team is something like this. Okay. What I want to know is, can I get Braum unbreakable and then get bleed on them and then get Braum back in? That was one of my first thoughts, because that way they're just like stuck in the corner with bleed on them with Braum on top of them with armor. So that seems very good. Okay, if that works, then that means that I could do a little run up into tag launcher here. Okay, so it's possible. I wasn't supposed to super at the end, but you get the idea. Take the limit strike, and now I'm in the corner, bleed on, playing Braum with armor. That is spooky. That's like the win condition of this team. You just put them in the corner, and if they block, they're taking chip damage, and I have armor, and I'm just on top of them. The thing that I would test in reverse, one thing that happens a lot is if you do this and you leave a gap, people can parry. My first thought anytime I play a Darius team is, can I make this a true block string and get bleed on them? Like that, just like thinking about it. Like this, it puts bleed on them and puts Braum in, right? Or I would do, and then hook them, and then do like you know what I mean? Where you like get the bleed on, you put the hook on top of them, and then you tag Braum. So that way, like they're just stuck. Yeah, that seems good. You just get the bleed on for free. Because it's a hook, you don't have retreating guard available, so Braum has command grab threat there. And if the hook hits them, Like, he can do this and then combo off this. And you get the free corner carry off of it. I bet you if he does like the fireball, he could probably get something off this as well. Seems like a Rooflemonger team. He plays Alawi, right? All I know about him in this game is that he plays Alawi because when the game came out, he was like, "Ran, they really shot Alawi as some normal." And then I played Alawi and I hit that normal and I was like, "Are you sure?" Her mediums are crazy. It's wild to think that these are the nerfed versions of them. This is pretty good. 500 damage, bleed. Point blank in the corner and just hit him with ba 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 ba. You know, got to hit him with the ba 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 ba. But yeah, this just gives you an idea of like when I play a team or when I do stuff like this. This is what I'm looking for.